dumbbell front rack squat. We're going to take our dumbbells, we're going to rest them on our shoulders, and then we're going to get the elbows in front of the load and high. So you definitely don't want the elbows down here under or below, behind the load. We want them in front of the load, but in this case we also want them high. Now as we lift those elbows, it may affect your ability to control your torso. So you have to keep your abdominals tight, keeping the rib cage stable so it doesn't elevate as you lift the elbows. We don't want this. We want to keep the rib cage stable as we lift the elbows. And then we simply squat. Remember, in the squat, you want your feet, typically they could be right under your hips, but generally start with your feet wider than your hips, slightly wider than your hips. If you're having range of motion issues, you can widen them. The narrower they are, the more range of motion you need with your joints. So I recommend a little wider than your hips. Probably shoulder width apart is a good place to start. And then we're going to simply squat down, letting the knees come forward over the little toes, or towards the little toes, and dropping our hips, but keeping those elbows high. Now the lower your hips travel, the harder it is to keep the elbows up and to stabilize the pelvis. So it's going to be hard to stabilize the shoulders and the pelvis the lower we go. So that means that we have to keep that stomach or the abdominal muscles tight, controlling the rib cage. We also have to fight to maintain a neutral lower back position and pelvis tilt, anterior pelvic tilt. We don't have to go into an anterior pelvic tilt, we just have to hold the natural anterior pelvic tilt and the natural or neutral lumbar and the rest of the spine.